Welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV love series. Today's love story is about I Wanna Hold Your Hand. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Prepare for the love story. Prepare for some mushy fuzziness that you're gonna start feeling inside that you didn't know you had in you. I swear, some of these stories are just like, oh, I can't believe people have found love in this game. It's so cute. All right. Hi, Pathra. Love your storytime videos, and I try to catch as many as I can. You have a really good storytelling voice. Aw, you're too kind. You're too kind, OP. Today, I want to share a Final Fantasy XIV love story of how I met my now, maybe, husband-to-be. Depending on who does the whole ring thing first. For the sake of our safety, I shall remain unnamed, and my love shall be known as Joe. I will also leave out explicit location and country names. This story has a lot of setup, so it may feel a bit slow, but I promise it's worth it. We've been playing Final Fantasy XIV together for years, but 2018 was to be a year of change for the both of us. At that point, I already knew Joe really well, and we did both battle and gathering content together as friends. He was always pleasant and fun to be around. In that fateful year, we had both gotten out of terrible relationships. I myself having just gotten out of an abusive one, and we were in a really bad place emotionally. I won't say exactly what happened to him, but it also left him with a lot of pain and feeling of betrayal. We decided that we would do the Valention's event together to try and lift our spirits and have some fun. We got each our half of the heart chair mount and did the maze. It is a really fond memory in my heart that I will always remember. In 2019, we both attended the Paris Fan Fest with some of our free company friends. Man, this is so nice hearing about like what in 2018, what the Valentine's event was like. In 2019, there was a Paris Fan Fest for Final Fantasy XIV. I wasn't even playing around that time, so it's cool. And without knowing it, things had been set in motion. We would spend a lot of time together during FanFest and just sitting nearby each other, talking, checking out the merch shop, and at one point, we scavenged for food when I was starving. Oh, it's so nice meeting your Final Fantasy XIV friends and maybe crush. None of this had any romantic flavor at the time, and I don't think he even thought of it as such. But in retrospect, it set the stage for something that would bloom and grow out of our hearts into the summer of the same year. My birthday was coming up in early summer, and since I lived alone in a brand new town, I wanted to do something for myself. Call it self-care, if you will. So I sent Joe a message saying I would travel abroad to his country for my birthday and asked if I could live with him while I was there. Oh, I see where this is going. Again, nothing romantic behind this. Really, nothing romantic, just friends. Simply the fact that I'd known the guy for 3 years at that point and felt really comfortable around him. And so it was that I traveled down to his country and was met at the airport when I arrived. This is a 1-hour drive for him. Poor soul. 1 hour's fine. I mean, most people kind of live a little far from the airport. We spent that week just doing fun things like traveling into the city, going to shops, having food out, and meeting up with other Final Fantasy XIV friends who lived in the same country. What had been happening during this week had also made me feel something. Like I wanted that extra hug. Sit a little closer. At one point, I even politely asked if I could hold his hand. Oh my goodness. Things are escalating. I didn't know why I felt so compelled to do all these things. But keep in mind that I am but one half of the whole idiot. He had no objections to these things, which I guess could be seen as odd, but for me, it was a comfortable and reassuring thing. On the last day I was there, we had just gotten back from being in town, and we were watching some dumb things on TV in the lounge when I again felt that I just wanted to cuddle him. I of course asked if we could, and he came over and sort of half spooned me for a while. It felt so nice and I could feel my heart racing. But again, I didn't understand what it meant. No, you know what it means! This carried over as we headed upstairs for bed. For bed? My flight the next day was really early, and we just spent a while in the guest bed in a spoon. I honestly felt like my chest was going to burst. And the more I lay there and feeling all these things, the more I felt an overwhelming urge to kiss the guy. It took a lot of courage, but I sort of half whispered, "Joe?" To which he responded, and I followed it up with a, "Can I kiss you?" Honestly, my face was on fire. But the dang fool said yes! Even writing this is making me feel all embarrassed. But what's more crazy is that he obliged my stupid request. Oh my god. Maybe I should just read more, like, stuff like this. It's so cute. It's so funny because I've never read stories like this until, like, I started, like, playing Final Fantasy XIV and doing this. What followed is something I leave up to imagination. Get it? It was not planned, not prompted, but it happened. We have later dubbed this night the fateful night that we usually say in a funny voice. And it sure was. After I went home, I couldn't shake the feeling that talking to Joe and being around him just felt right. It didn't take long for us to bring up the fact that maybe we should start dating or something to that effect. And so we did. What followed has been 3 years of a lot of ups and a lot of downs thanks to the pandemic. In 2020, I was barely able to travel to see him, and neither could he travel to me. It was really rough, but at least we had Final Fantasy XIV and Discord to chat and interact while we waited for the restrictions to be lifted. And once they were, I packed my bags and hopped on the first flight I could get. Somehow, among this entire mess, we managed to move in together in my country, and he moved over amidst the worst of the pandemic restrictions. It was not easy, but we did it. We now live happily together for soon the 3rd year, and have set our desks up next to each other. This way we can play Final Fantasy XIV while also being close enough for the occasional hug or kiss, while also just spending time together. In my head, it kind of feels like a Google image of the ideal gaming couple setup. We also did the Valentine event together this year, and went through the maze just like we did all those years ago. Oh, it's the same? Okay, because I've never done it, so I can't wait. I can't wait to see what OP's talking about. The end. Aww. Doing the same event together. Just like memory lane for them with the Valentine's event. It's the same maze. Okay, I can't wait to see it because I don't know what they're talking about. It'll be my first time. It got raunchy in there, you know? Like, I was reading, what is it called when you're reading, like, what is it? See, I don't even know the name of those types of books. Someone in chat will know. Erotic novels? It feels like I'm almost reading stuff like that. Smut? That's new to me. I think it's fun reading those things, and something I never knew that I would possibly like. FF was such a blessing during COVID, I swear. Let me know in the comments below if you like this new Final Fantasy XIV love series. If you have a Final Fantasy XIV love story of your own and you'd like me to share it and read it out anonymously, feel free to reach out to my Discord, discord.gg/Pathra. And a big thank you to my kind members who support my YouTube content.